Hello and welcome to today's daily devotion. I'm reading to you from the Gospel of Luke, the 21st chapter, starting in verse 1 and reading through verse 4. Hear now these words. Jesus looked up and saw rich people putting their gifts into the temple treasury. He also saw a poor widow put in 2 copper coins. He said, "Truly, I tell you, this poor widow has put in more than all of them. For all of them have contributed out of their abundance, but she, out of her poverty, has put in all she had to live on." There have been so many sermons that have been presented about this particular passage of Scripture. It's known as the story of the widow's mite, and mite has to do with the small type of coin that she deposited into the treasury. Those were called mites, and they were worth very, very little. In fact, I could almost see the temple treasurers as they are going through and they are counting all of the contributions. They get to those little mites and they might have been tempted to just take them and throw them away. They were worth that little. My wife likes to pick up pennies if she sees them laying on the ground, particularly if they are heads up. Somewhere along the line, she learned heads up, good luck, and so she would pick up those pennies. Why is it that people are so willing to drop a penny and just leave it there for someone else to pick it up? Well, it's because these days pennies aren't worth all that much anymore. The buying power of the penny has been reduced to almost nothing. In fact, the U.S. Treasury has even recommended that they stop making pennies, and Congress resists that idea. So this is the kind of coin the woman has put into the treasury, something that most of us would say was worthless. And yet Jesus says it is the biggest contribution that anyone has ever given. Why? Because of the attitude she had in her giving. She wasn't giving out of her excess. She didn't look at all of her expenses and say, okay, well, I got to spend money on this, I got to spend money on that, I have to take care of this obligation, I have to do that bill, and then if I have anything left over, I'll give it to the church. No, she said, giving to God is my first and only priority. That's why Jesus commended her. My friends, if we take this lesson, if we really listen to Jesus, we'll understand that Jesus isn't looking for us to give millions of dollars away. Jesus is looking for us to give ourselves away. Whatever you are, whatever you have, give it to Jesus and let Him use you and your gift to bless others. And I'll see you tomorrow for another daily devotion.